Hi friends, family, people online that I've never met. Hi, hello. Thank you so much for being here with me on another video. I hope that you have a drink or some snacks. I got my coffee here because this video is going to be a long one. Today we are going to be budgeting for the whole month of March, and I'm also going to be sharing about a surprise giveaway that I'm going to be doing at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Also, I said that I was going to have this video posted on Saturday, but I ended up waking up really late and then also taking like a really deep nap. Kind of threw off my day, but we got this video up today and I'm very excited about it. So let's get into it. So the very first thing that I like to do with my budget is make up 3 goals. And these goals are not necessarily numbers related. They're more of like behavioral goals that I want to set for us this month. The first one is going to be for us to pay all of our bills on time this month. So it's still paid within the same month, but it's just a couple days late. And honestly, I don't think that it affects our credit too much. I could 100% be wrong about that, but I don't believe that it does. But still, I just want to get into the habit of having everything paid on time, whether they affect our credit or not. So that is our very first goal. And then the second goal is kind of one that we have each month, which is going to be eating out less and really maximizing our groceries that we buy. Then this next goal I'm going to put as contribute to all sinking funds planned. And we will talk more about this a little bit later. So those are going to be our 3 goals for this month. And next we are going to go into a section I like to call special events. These are exactly what they sound like, special events that happen within the month that don't usually happen. So for example, this could be like birthdays, holidays, any trips that you have planned, anything like that. And we have quite a few for this month. Do you guys like the colors scheme that we got going on? Miguel chose them for this month. So these are the 4 expenses that we have this month. So the first one is actually my cousin's birthday, and that's on the 6th. And the typical birthday goal that I like to have for each person is $25. But as you can see, that can change because my suegra, which is my boyfriend's mom, her birthday is on the 17th and he wanted to put aside $80. I just kind of asked him what he wanted to do for her, get for her, or just how much he wanted to put aside, and he wanted to put aside that amount. So we're gonna do that. Then here we have, I just put weekend trip on the 27th and we have $250 put aside for that. So basically on the weekend of the 27th, me, my boyfriend, and my roommate slash best friend, Amanda, we are going to take a trip up north. So on Saturday, I'm pretty sure that we are gonna go down to Horseshoe Bend and Antelope Canyon, which is up in Page on the reservation. And then on Saturday night, we're going to spend the night in Flagstaff. The next day on Sunday, we are gonna go to the Grand Canyon. And then we're gonna come back home. This was actually planned for this month, but we just kept pushing it back and we just don't wanna push it back anymore. We just wanna do it. So that is what that trip is. So let me break down the $250. So the hotel for one night is $75, and me and my boyfriend decided to pay for the entire hotel instead of having my friend pitch in because it is actually her birthday that weekend. So we're gonna take care of the hotel. We are also gonna take care of the food. We've put aside $140 for food for the 3 of us for both days, so I think that'll be enough, we'll see. And then the remaining $35 is going to be the fee that you have to pay to get inside the Grand Canyon. So that is what the $250 consists of. And then right underneath it, you see that it's actually her birthday, like I said, on the 28th. And I asked her what she wanted, and what she wanted costs $40. So that's why I put aside that amount. So I just want to talk about something really quick because it did weigh heavy on me when I first made the budget for this month, is that if you've watched my financial goals video, then you know that we are planning a trip to Boston in May. And we do have about $1,600 left that we still need to save for it. And while I do understand that like we should probably not be going on trips and just saving that extra money towards our Boston trip, I fully have confidence in us. I am one of those people who believe in the saying that you should travel because your money will return, but your time will not. So anyway, so those are all of our special events for this month. And the next section that I like to do after that is going to be our weeklies. Expenses that we need to take care of weekly. Shocker. These are not bills that I do on a certain day each month, like typical bills are due. These are just expenses that we know we have to take care of every single week. So the first expense that we have here in this category is, let me zoom in, see if that helps. That looks kind of nice. So the first column that we have here is going to be the category expense. And then the second column here is going to be how many times a month that we fill in this expense or going to add money to it. The third column is going to be how much each time we're going to add to that expense. And then the last column here is overall how much we're going to be putting into that expense through the month. So first we have gas, and we're going to be filling that up every Friday, which leaves 4 Fridays. Each Friday we're going to put $140, which equals to a total of $560 each month, this month. Now this might increase slightly because, as everyone probably knows, gas has been crazy rising. So that will most likely change. So for groceries, we also fill every Friday $80, and that makes a total of $320 for the month. Light is the same thing, 4 times, $30 each time, total of $120. Spending, we actually fill every Monday. So we have 5 Mondays this month, and I get $20 each week, which equals a total of $100 for this month. Now, we used to have spending money for my boyfriend, but since he started a second job, which he's just back at the restaurant he used to work at before, he actually just uses money from those checks, and I don't put money aside for him anymore. And we'll talk a little bit more about his income and how that works now a little bit later. And those are all of our weeklies. So after the weeklies, I like to split our bills into 2 more sections. I have an autopay section and I have a regular bill section. Autopay is obviously for the bills that are on autopay because I feel like they really need to be taken care of first. And then regular bills are just the bills that are not on autopay. So this one is going to take a while to fill up. So I am going to time lapse it, and you can just watch it like that. So the first column is expense, second column is the due date, and then the third column is going to be the amount. So first we have my personal loan due on the 6th for $114. That is actually due twice a month, so you see it again on the 21st here. Then we have Residence Link, which is me and my boyfriend's account, for $14. That is actually like a service we pay that basically reports our monthly payments to our apartment complex to our credit. So it's supposed to help our credit because we pay on time each month. It's supposed to help our credit. I don't actually know if it really does help, like if it affects it. If you have Residence Link or you pay for a service like that, let me know if it actually works because I don't know. Anyways, so then we have Netflix due on the 18th, or for $18 on the 11th. Renter's insurance for our apartment, our portion of it is $10 due on the 11th as well. Our insurance for our 2 vehicles is due on the 11th for $241. My boyfriend's personal loan is first due on the 12th for $149, and then again on the 26th for the same amount. Then we have the amount, the $40 that we owe to an apartment we previously lived at before, due on the 20th, and then savings, $50 on the 28th. That actually goes into 3 separate accounts. Me and my boyfriend's account, my little sister's account, and then my little brother's savings account that I have for them. I never share how much I put into each one or how much there is in each one, or at least my brother and sister's. So yeah. And then lastly, we have Spotify, which you can see I tried to squeeze in there, due on the 29th for $17. So those are just our expenses on autopay. Next, we're gonna move to our regular bill section. Okay, so we have this monstrous list of our regular bills. So the first one we have is household, which is basically just an extension for grocery, for like detergent, laundry soap, trash bags, things like that, and that is gonna get $30. Personal care is for my boyfriend's haircut, and then also for my eyebrows, and that gets $50. Rent, it doesn't have a due date because this is actually, well, I guess I could have put the 1st of March, because the remaining amount that we need for our rent is $389. And then the same thing for Wi-Fi, it was due on the 28th of February for $77. So basically with our first paycheck for March, we are going to have to pay for expenses that should have been covered in February. That's what happens when you don't really stick to your budget and you go off track. And yeah, we're gonna take care of those first. Then after that, we have my boyfriend's dental bill on the 1st, which is due for $132. My boyfriend's credit card bill for $279. My phone bill for $40 on the 12th. My car for $384 on the 13th. My counseling that I get done every single month for $85 on the 15th. $40 for my Victoria's Secret's credit card due on the 16th. My boyfriend's truck payment on the 17th for $439. My orthodontist bill for $110 on the 20th. My boyfriend's orthodontist bill on the 20th for $151. Yes, that is separate from his dental bill. Wi-Fi for March, which is due on the 31st for $80, is just what I'm estimating. I won't know for like another week or two. Same thing for rent. For April 1st, it should be about $680. So that is definitely an increase from our rent from before, because our apartment did increase our rent by $50. So the very last category that we are going to put down for our expenses is going to be sort of the fun section, and that is going to be our sinking funds. And we actually have quite a few, and I'm so excited about finally getting into filling in sinking funds again, because obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I haven't been doing that. Let me know if you guys like watching the time lapses that I do for setting these up, just because it adds time to the video. And if you don't actually like watching the time lapses of these, then honestly there's no purpose in adding them. The video could just be shorter, not that much shorter, but shorter. So let me know down below if you like them or not. As you can see, I've added the income section. We'll go over that in a little bit. So the sinking funds that I've listed here include our emergency fund. As you know, we're trying to build that back up. Christmas, YouTube, wedding rings, a wedding, and then travel. And I just realized I don't know why that I have another line there, because I'm not going to put anything there. So just ignore that. But for emergency fund, I didn't put anything because that is going to depend on how much we have left over at the end of the month. And then at Christmas, we have $120, which is our goal amount that we want to save every month. If you would like to know why it's $120, you can check out my financial goals for 2021 video. I'm gonna link it up here. Then we have YouTube for $50. So I actually had one of my subscribers reach out and ask if I wanted an intro and outro done. I was thinking about that, but I just don't really have like the time or energy to do it myself. But it is really cool that she reached out, because I do want one. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So if I can pay someone to do it, that's pretty cool as well. It just goes to show, like, if you have a service or something that you can do that you're good at, just reach out to people. Because I wasn't even thinking about paying someone to do it, but since she reached out, hey, why not? So that is what that $50 is for. $60 is going to go towards our wedding rings that we are saving for. $30 is going to get saved for our future wedding. Travel is going to be for our Boston/New York trip in May. But just like the emergency fund, we're gonna wait to add the amounts until the end of the video. So those are all of the sinking funds that we are going to focus on this month. So let's get into the income section. So I've written out all of the dates and where the income is coming from in the title section. So we have on the 1st, I get a DoorDash paycheck, and then underneath we have an expected income is $600, and then under the actual income is where I will write how much I actually got paid. Same thing for the rest of these, but one thing I do want to point out is that every Friday my boyfriend gets a paycheck from his full-time job, which is Brightview, but we also have a one-time paycheck from his second job from Firebird on the 3rd, and he does get paid every 2 weeks, but I will generally not be including the income from his paychecks from that job into our monthly income, because that is his money that he is going to decide what he wants to do with it. The only reason that I'm including $300 from his paycheck this time is because, again, the last couple of months I haven't been doing so good with the budget and staying in budget. So that's why we had the Wi-Fi and rent due. That's the only reason why I'm including money from his paycheck this time. But every Friday we do have his regular paychecks. So mine, his, his, and lastly mine. And if you're wondering why I'm not including his income into this, is because really it's his income. So basically how it started is he was telling me that he really wanted to get a PS5. But me personally, he has a PS4 and a Xbox. So for me, I just didn't see the need for him to get a PS5, especially, you know how expensive it is. It's like $500. So I didn't feel comfortable putting into our budget just like that. So he came to me and said, if I get a second job, can I buy a PS5 with that paycheck? And I said, sure. So he got a second job. He hasn't gotten the PS5 yet. It's really hard to get. So he's just saving up for it piece by piece. But he also wants to do a lot of other things, like get things for the house. He wants to fix up his truck, put extra towards debt. But that's his money that he wanted to keep for himself, or things that he wanted to take care of. And I'm comfortable with that. Our bills are going to get paid with what we make outside of those checks, so I'm comfortable with that. If we do end up needing money from those paychecks, then he's comfortable with giving some. So that's just how that's going to work, just in case anyone was wondering why we only had one paycheck from his second job. Now we're going to start putting the expenses into the income. The very first expenses that I like to plug into the incomes are the weeklies, because we know that every Friday with my boyfriend's paychecks, we're going to put in gas, groceries, and lights. And then every Monday for my DoorDash paychecks, we're going to put in spending. So I'm going to plug these into all of the paychecks here. So now that we have all of the weekly expenses taken care of, we are going to get into the other expenses. So the very first things I want to take care of are going to be the Wi-Fi and the rent. So we're going to start here. So we have $600, but we spent $20 already. So $580. So we should be able to take care of all of the rent and all the Wi-Fi. Oops. So we have $114 left. We'll go ahead and start with the dental bill, which is $132. But we are going to be short like 15 bucks or something like that. So we'll put that on the next paycheck. 18 bucks. So we'll put that here. Leaves us $282. So next I actually want to put in the household expense for $30, just because I want to make sure we have that at the beginning of the month, so whenever we need it, it is there. Then I want to head over to the auto pay section and take care of some of these. I want to take care of the my personal loan and then the residence link first. Pretty sure we have enough for the full amount of both. So $119 is remaining. And since we have 3 auto pay expenses before the first expense on the regular bill section, we'll take care of these 3 first. So since we have $91 put aside for the insurance, and it's not $91, we'll just subtract. And we owe $150. I don't know if I actually mentioned it, so I'll mention it now. The second column is what we're expecting to put aside for that or pay, and then the third column is if anything changes, what we actually pay. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. So we have $134 remaining. And then also, I've had a few people ask where I got my calculator before. And I got this calculator at Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $5. I don't know if they still have, obviously, this specific one, but they do have cute stuff at Hobby Lobby. So since this paycheck is on the 5th, I actually want to put aside the $25 for my cousin's birthday because her birthday is on the 6th. So we're going to do the $25 there. And then after that, we will actually take care of another auto pay expense because it's due on the 12th. We do have an expense on the 12th here as well, but again, I'm going to prioritize the auto pay before the regular expenses. So we have $109 and we are short about $40. So we'll put that here, and then we'll put my phone there as well, which is also $40. So we have $780. So the next auto pay expense is not due until the 20th, but we do have quite a few regular bills due before the 20th. So we'll go in this order. We'll take care of the car, counseling, my credit card, and then the truck. I knew that this was going to happen. I just knew it. So we have $311 remaining. We'll do the Victoria's Secret's credit card. And then whatever we have remaining will go towards the truck, but it will not be the full amount. I think it's going to be $271. If my math is correct, and it is. Okay. So the full amount for the truck is actually $439, so we will owe $168 left. So for the most part, we are paying everything on time, it looks like, except for the dentist, which will be like 2 days late, but no biggie. And we have $116 remaining after the truck. So, like I mentioned before, after the truck, we have, which was due on the 17th, we have some auto pay expenses here for the apartments, the loan, and then my suegra's birthday on the 17th. So, where was I actually here? We will go ahead and take care of the apartment first. So we will have 76 left. Yep, 76. We're going to take care of her birthday first before anything. And we wanted to put aside $80, so we're actually going to put aside $4 here. That's $856. So now we're going to start subtracting the auto pay expenses here, like the personal loan and then also both orthodontist bill. And it still leaves $481. So we'll go back here. At this point, we're all the way down to my personal loan, and then all the way here, we're down to the Wi-Fi. So we're gonna skip the Wi-Fi and rent for now. We are going to take care of the personal loan that's due on the 26th. And then we're gonna go to the weekend trip and her birthday and the savings. So where were we? We're right here. So we're gonna take care of the weekend trip here. So minus 250 leaves $231. So we'll do her birthday. Ooh, the personal loan, which is $149, which leaves, let me guess, 42. Yes. Oh yeah, and then we need to take care of savings. But we want to save 50, so we need to put 8 right here. And then take a look at our expenses again and see what's next. So now we've taken care of all of the special events, all the weeklies, almost all of the auto pays except for Spotify, and then we're down to the Wi-Fi and the rent here. So let's take care of Spotify. And ooh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do personal care yet. So let's do Spotify, personal care, Wi-Fi, and rent. Sometimes I forget how much Spotify is and how much Netflix is. Sometimes I get confused between the two. We have 209, so we'll do Wi-Fi, the full 80. And then we will do 129 for rent. So we're gonna subtract 680 because that's how much we are actually gonna pay. So we need to put aside $551 here. And that officially takes care of all of our expenses besides sinking funds, which we will do next. $309 remaining. So we will take care of, YouTube, Christmas, wedding rings, and wedding first. So, ooh, I completely ran out of space here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna list the rest for this paycheck onto here, and then I'll just put an arrow. Because who needs perfection? Not us, clearly. So then we had wedding rings and weddings. So leaves us with $49. So we still have $49 remaining here. And then we are also gonna have some remaining here and here. So let's figure out first what the extra income is from those 3 paychecks, and then we will figure out how much we want to put aside for travel and how much we want to put aside for emergency funds and also for debt. I forgot about debt. Oops. Should I put it? I'm not going to put it in the sinking funds because I'm not going to consider it a sinking fund just personally. So we'll just put it as a single category. So $49 will be remaining in this paycheck. We'll do 5. So 860 plus 49 plus 284, that leaves $1,193 extra. Which to me sounds a little bit wrong. From the online version that I made of this before I did this one, it sounds a little bit off. So I'm just gonna double check everything, okay? Okay. So I finally found what the issue was and where it happened. So basically what happened was I forgot to put in this expense, the credit card expense, on the 9th, which was $279. So I finally worked it into the budget and then basically had to redo all of the numbers. And it was gonna be way too many things I had to change, and my whiteout also broke. So I just ripped out these 2 pages and then rewrote them. Probably couldn't even tell the difference, but it is updated now. And basically the remaining number that we had left was $914. So I split that into the emergency fund, the traveling, and then debt. So the emergency fund got $305, the traveling fund got $305, and then debt got $304. And that is basically all of the income. And any extra income that we might receive, we will just take care of that as it comes, and you would see that in a future video. So the very last page that I have here is what I call the summary section, and it's basically just a recap in words of what we're doing here. So the first one, we have the estimated debt total, how much we're going to contribute to debt. And like I said here, it's going to be $304, so that's what I have right here. And then underneath, I have the actual debt total, how much we are actually going to contribute to debt. Of course, we want this number to be higher than this number. And then next, we have the estimated balance of my Victoria's Secret's credit card, which is the debt that we are going to focus on this month. So the $304 is going to go towards lowering the balance of that credit card. So right now, the balance on my card is $859. So we're going to subtract the 304. And it is going to be $555. So that is what it should be at. Of course, we want this to be lower. And then the very last section we have here is estimated savings. So again, we are contributing $305 towards our emergency fund. So the $305 plus what's currently in it right now, which is $340, plus the $20 that we're going to contribute monthly, that comes out to $665. And again, we want the actual number to be higher than this. And those are all of the sections that I have for our monthly budget. So now that we finished budgeting for March, I'm gonna get into the surprise giveaway that I will be doing this month. So one of my goals for this year is to be more consistent with posting my YouTube and being more consistent with my budget. And I was trying to figure out ways that I can keep myself accountable and reach those goals. So I sort of combined this goal with my love for doing giveaways, because I really love doing giveaways. So what my plan is, I am going to be doing a giveaway every Saturday for this month. And this will help me with my consistency goal, because that means that I will have to check in and do my cash envelope stuffings every Saturday when I do my giveaways. So for example, the first giveaway this month is I'm going to announce the winners when I upload the first cash envelope stuffing or paycheck breakdown, which would be on the 6th. And how you are going to enter is just by being subscribed. Make sure that your settings are on public so I can see it, and double check. Then you have to leave a comment down below and just name one of the goals that you have this year for 2021. It can be a financial goal, or it can just be like a regular goal. Just leave one goal down below. And then also, I guess number 3, leave your first and last name and your email address. Or if that's like too much information to share, then you can just leave your Instagram information as well. So again, those 3 things are: you have to be subscribed, you have to leave a comment down below about one of your 2021 goals, and then 3rd, you have to leave some type of information down where I can contact you if you're the winner. Oh yeah, the winner each week will get a $10 Starbucks gift card. If you're wondering where is it going to come from, I didn't mention it at all in my budget. The $10 each week is actually going to come from the spending that I have here every single week. I get $20, but $10 of that is going to go towards the Starbucks gift card. I think this will also help me to manage my spending a lot better, because lately I have just been really bad with my spending. Like if I want something, I would just go get it. So I think that doing this will help me manage my spending habits better, and it'll still make me feel good because I'm doing a giveaway. That's pretty much all the information for that. Again, I'm gonna have 4 winners this month, every single Saturday for this month, and that's it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and participate in my giveaway. The next video I'm going to be posting is going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to try to stick to my schedule of Tuesdays and Saturdays. So I'll see you then.